In this video, I'm going to share the top 9 agentic AI protocols to pay attention to in 2026. These protocols have emerged between 2024 and today, and they are like the internet's plumbing, but for AI agents. You can think of them as these huge highways through which AI agents can communicate between different sets of databases, apps, and other types of internet infrastructure. A TCP/IP stack for agents. We have some really astonishing stats over here. Gartner predicts 40% of enterprise applications will embed AI agents by the end of 2026, up from under 5% in 2025. So it's a huge growing market. According to McKinsey, the projections in terms of annual economic value boost could be as high as 2.9 trillion. According to PwC, 79% of companies are already using AI agents in some form, though only 17% of executives report full deployment across workflows. So I think this also includes the area of shadow AI, where people in the companies are actually using AI, but the executives don't really know about it or cannot control it. This also creates massive security vulnerabilities. The first protocol is MCP, created by Anthropic. This is the Model Context Protocol. It's a gravitational center of the agentic ecosystem. It launched in 2024 and grew from 2 million to 97 million monthly downloads by March 2026, a 4,750% increase in 16 months. This ecosystem spans over 10,000 published servers, 300 plus clients, and 10 SDKs, software development kits, co-maintained by Google, Microsoft, JetBrains, and the PHP Foundations. And the fast MCP powers 70% of all MCP servers at around 1 million. You can check some technical details, but basically MCP is like a handshake between various apps across the web so that you can access them and perform actions across the web through agentic workflows. And it exposes 3 primitives: resources, tools, and prompts. It's like the USB port for the applications over the internet. So for example, if you are using Cursor, you can connect to an MCP server, and then you want to take some action. Typically, you want to perform some action on another application, like create a Canva presentation for me, and the AI agent can go around the web and create that for you. The second protocol is agent-to-agent communication. This is already in production, and it has been created by Google. Agent-to-agent protocol launched at Cloud Next 2025 with 50 plus partners, and now at 150 plus partner organizations with production-ready V1 in early 2026. This is a really important protocol for AI agents to communicate, basically distributed agent interoperability across content workflows and AI agent fabric. And according to Google, they want you to think about it in a way like you build with ADK, equip with MCP, and then you communicate with A2A. So agent-to-agent communication. The next 2 protocols, number 3 and 4, are NLWeb and AGENTS.md, and they are strictly for making the web agent readable. If you are in digital marketing, you need to deploy these protocols so that agentic forces from around the web can access the information on your website or other web entities easily. So NLWeb is the HTML for the agentic web. It has been created by Microsoft, built in 2025. It converts schema.org data into vector embeddings for semantic search, supports 3 query modes: list, summarize, and generate. The second one is called Agents.md, like the README.md but for robots, pioneered by OpenAI with Google Cursor and Factory, a plain markdown file giving AI coding agents project-specific instructions. Vercel, an 8 kilobyte Agents.md file, achieved 100% eval pass rate for Next.js 16 API tasks versus 53% for a baseline, a 47-point improvement. So basically, the static context dramatically outperforms dynamic retrieval. Next, we have protocols 5 and 6. These are around commerce and payments. Here we have UCP, Universal Commerce Protocol, and AP2, Agent Payment Protocol. UCP was co-developed with Shopify and announced in January 2026, and it covers a full shopping lifecycle from discovery to post-purchase and has been endorsed by 20 plus organizations, including Target, Walmart, Best Buy, Macy's, MasterCard, Visa, Stripe, etc. And it powers checkout in Google AI mode. However, right now, this is still just in development. As I said, organizations that have tried it achieved very mixed results, but I think this is going to change really soon once they start working on it and AI adoption is going to increase. And then we have AP2, announced in September 2025. It's a payment security layer for agent-to-agent protocol and MCP. Uses W3C verifiable credentials structured as three mandate types: intent, card, and payment. And already has 60 plus partners, including MasterCard, Visa, Amex, PayPal. But for now, there have been no consumer-facing implementations live, and it is only in developer preview. I'm thinking that both of these protocols are going to achieve massive success and adoption in the coming years as we progress from traditional e-commerce channels to agentic enabled channels. Next, protocols 7 and 8. ACP merged into A2A, while ANP bets on decentralization. ACP, that's basically Agent Communication Protocol, which was developed in March 2025, but it has been officially merged into A2A. So you can see that this A2A, agent-to-agent protocol, is now dominant and it probably will stay that way. And then NAP, this is Agent Network Protocol, created by Chinese open source community. It uses W3C decentralized identifiers with custom DID WBA method for self-sovereign agent identity. So it's a really interesting architecture, but so far it has mostly been adopted in China, and there is no news about any further or deeper integration with the web in the Western Hemisphere. Next, we have AAIF. So this is the Linux Foundation's bid to prevent protocol balkanization. So basically, this is the Agentic AI Foundation, started on December 9th, 2025, and it governs three founding projects: MCP, Goose, and Agents.md. So this is mostly about just governing and making sure that there will be more widespread adoption of these major protocols without the smaller ones trying to take over, so that we have some kind of cohesion in terms of what's going on around the agentic web. However, there have been a lot of problems in terms of security. There are major security vulnerabilities and the trust deficit agents must overcome. For example, the main attack mode is tool poisoning attacks, where malicious instructions hide in MCP tool metadata. And these achieve alarming success rates, especially with faster and more modern models like O1 Mini, for example, at 72% vulnerability susceptibility, then with auto-approval and command injection flaws. These protocols are not that safe at this point because it's a kind of wild west right now. You can connect to a random MCP server and use auto-approval in your command line interface, and this is going to really mess with the security of your machine and your whole network. This is especially relevant for enterprise level organizations. Finally, we have a lot of these protocols online already implemented and just ready to deploy. Around 14 competing standards, but actually most of this stack has already been decided and adopted. So the emerging stack is basically MCP, then agent to agent, then we have NLWeb and AGENTS.md, and for e-commerce we have UCP and AP2, and for governance we have AAIF, and this is probably the way it's going to go. If you want to learn about more details, you can check out my blog, rafalreyzer.com. I have all of these stories here available and at your disposal. You can just check it out, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'm going to see you in the next one.